online. And hey, great Thursday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And I told Maggie right before I said there's a series that I want to talk about real quick, and I want to talk about it because I hope it makes sense what I'm going to say. Most of the stuff that I state usually makes sense, although a lot of people it's just like over their head. Hey, have you seen? Are you up to Netflix or no?
Yeah,
Good evening. Good evening. Have you seen the new documentary
that was our cat. What happens when
docu docu series on Robert F. Kennedy?
No, the one I just saw was on David Beckham.
You've got to watch Robert F. Kennedy. I
Okay.
mean, I understand the attraction of you wanting to see David Beckham series.
No, actually, I'm your face right now, so I'm gonna miss out on all your face that you're making, all your faces. Um, Bobby Kennedy for president, is that what it's called?
It's called Robert Kennedy, I think.
Bobby Kennedy for president.
That's fine, that one. But let me say, I wanted to see the Beck. Let me tell you, and I want hola Pedro. I wanted to see the David Beckham series more than anything because of his battle with in regards to the surge in regards to losing weight. And I mean the guy's a success story. No matter what you may think of him or his wife, but the guy's a success story all the way through. I mean, the guy's amazing, and he went through this little battle with weight loss, and I think that's mentioned in the series in regard. It isn't. Have you already watched it?
You're not listening to me?
No, but completely. Or I mean, you started
I'm
completely.
on, like, I think I'm at the middle of episode 4. There's only 4 episodes.
Well, I think. Well, it doesn't it
He
one.
loses weight when he goes under a lot of stress because
No.
the manager that they had for the World Cup.
Yeah, but during that time, he went through Bobby Kennedy for president. During that time, he went through a lot of crap and a half, crap and a half,
They don't
and
really go into it.
huh?
They talk about how it affected him, how he wanted to make people happy,
Yeah,
how it was a big mistake.
that's what I was talking about.
Okay, but they don't like really go into it, like
Well,
his weight loss.
well, and I guess it's kind of a treat because that was what most intrigued me about the series because I heard that it mentioned that because there's all these people out there, Maggie, that are just so successful, so very successful, and sometimes we only get a glimpse of what is really going on
Mhm.
in their lives, and we don't see the struggles, the stress, the mental. It's like, and it reminded me of Robin Williams. Robin
Mhm.
Williams, God Almighty, man, and the guy had it all. I mean, you'd have to be like a crazy nut not to like Robin Williams.
Mhm.
I mean,
And
the
the
guy,
genius of him.
genius, a gentle giant,
Mhm.
kind, always smiling, laughing, making other individuals laugh. But inside, he was a torn individual, you know?
Is that your
And,
cat?
um,
Is that your cat? And did you take away my access to comments? Because I was going to start flipping through comments.
no, I didn't take away access to comments. It's impossible.
All right, so go on.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good
Hey,
evening.
Joe.
Good day, Joe. David, good evening. My freaking, I don't have a mouse pad, and that really sucks because I'm at the house. Buenas noches, Miss Huerta. Good evening, good evening. Tengo modales, señora. No sean groseros con Erasmo. Thank you, Pedro. Love you, papi. You see who's the mean one here? Who's the rude one? Now y'all know, guys. Hello, guys. Awesomeness.
Pedro, I think Pedro does not follow your comments on Facebook, but go on.
I love his video.
I know. I Miss Woody. I have your book. I need to drop it off.
Larma bangot. Hiding the pain with laughter. Yeah, and uh, it brought to memory, uh, Robin Williams, and it's just and it's crazy because I think one of the things that I think a lot of us in the public eye, which I've been in the public eye for the best like 15 years. Maggie's been in the public eye for I guess a good 2 3 years now. Well, more 2 3 years. Wasn't it 2 3 years that we've been doing these damn shows?
Mm,
Yeah,
I
no,
started. I think so. I think I started like in January of 2021.
yeah, and it's not always easy because sometimes you would have to admit, good evening, good evening. Sometimes like sometimes you feel like you have to put up like a hey, how's it going? Everything's great, hi, because people come and meet up with you or say hi to you and stuff, and it's not always easy. I know it's a little bit more for me right now, but
What do you
it's fine.
mean?
Well, I mean, I've been doing it for a longer time.
Oh, that you have to put up a front?
Sometimes, like, I told people, like, I made mention you weren't here to help me out during my mental crisis, but I hope you feel guilty about that.
I
But
didn't even know you were having a mental crisis.
well, you see, you should have known.
Because why? Because you called me?
No, because no, when you're having a mental crisis, you don't share it with everyone. You just eat the
But you
pain
didn't reach
inside.
out.
It's actually
No,
I
I
actually
know. I'm not saying that you should have reached out, but I got busy and I wasn't watching the show. So how would I have known?
well, let me tell you, I did, and I make mention of this, and I made mention of this. I don't know if you caught it later on, but I did make mention that I had, I sought some help. I talked to a couple of therapists, and it sort of helped out a little bit. Have you heard about the jihad that Hamas is trying to provoke tomorrow? I have not heard about the jihad tomorrow, but we could
Yes,
talk
yes,
about
I have.
Israel. It's horrible.
We were
Nice.
having that discussion whether we should keep our at home tomorrow or not.
From school?
You haven't heard anything that they're thinking of attacks going on tomorrow because it's Friday the 13th and what's going on with Hamas. I know, but we brought it up like we I've heard about it.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
it's
not
nothing's going.
going to, but I'm just saying. Thank you, Mary Alice.
To what extent might the entrenchment of capitalist
Paradigms.
and entrenched car-centric infrastructure be attributed to the erosion of the quality of life within Brazil? Maybe, but one of the things that I would say is that I think it's all connected because every time I get asked, like, well, why does this happen? Why does that? We're like, well, there's no economic development. You got to always fit that into the equation.
I would
Yeah.
say the entrenchment of the clica centric infrastructure.
But it always goes back to economic development.
Thank you,
And,
Mary
and,
Alice.
and that's actually one of the things that, and going back into the series that I want to talk about a little bit, the Robert F. Kennedy series. Robert F. Kennedy was dealing with the poverty and the riots back in the 1960s and the late 60s, actually. And, he made mention of the same thing. We don't have any jobs for people. We don't have jobs. Individuals, they want to riot, loot, steal. It's not an excuse, but I understand, and it's real easy to fall into the different social economic statuses, Ozzy and May, when you're up at the top and you can feed your family, you know, because not all the rioting, looting, stealing, and all the other stuff that went on was just individuals that already had an iPhone or a Gucci bag, but it was a lot of individuals that took advantage of the situation. Let me tell you, I lived in Monterrey, Maggie. I think I told you this, but I worked at one of the richest schools in Mexico, maybe all of Latin America, at some of the richest kids. And there were some kids, Maggie, that broke into the school and stole some tests in order to pass the test. They got busted for breaking in, breaking everything. They had nothing. They did nothing to them, Maggie. There was a guy that went and stole a kilo of barbacoa to feed his family. The guy got 15 years.
Yeah.
And that's what really, really sucks. And it goes back into you got a guy that's stealing barbacoa to go feed his family and, gets 15 years in prison in Mexico. That's kind of horrible. But you got little kids, huerquitos that are, malandros, but they've got the connections. Nothing's ever going to happen to them. And I think that's the other thing that we suffer from here is the different justice for different social economic status or who you know type of situation that happens at BISD always. You've got the connects, nothing
So I have a
happens.
question. Go on, and then I'll ask you.
Okay, so I appreciate this docu series, and I hope everybody goes out there and watches it because I'm a history buff, and do you know off the top of your head who killed Bobby Kennedy?
Sirhan,
Yeah, Sirhan. And
Sirhan.
yeah, yeah, and a lot of us. I mean, I knew who it was before I saw documentary, but a lot of individuals they tend not to know. I'm a history buff, so I was feeding into all the speeches. Actually, I put up a a poem, Maggie, that going back into the mental health thing. I put up a poem that Bobby mentions, and it's amazing. I can't remember I can't remember the guy who says he goes, even in our sleep. Pain which cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart until our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom from the awful grace of God. And that he made mention of that when he gave the speech in regards to Martin Luther King's assassination. And it's a poem, and I can't remember the poet's authors. Bob Kennedy is amazing, amazing, amazing,
It
and
says author unknown.
huh?
Oh no, sorry. I thought it said author unknown.
No, that one,
AESCHYLUS.
that guy, and
And it's
and
called The Awful Grace of God.
it's amazing, 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 amazing poem, and I hope that more individuals go out there and see the docu series. It's really great, but it's even this poem. It talks about that, as it makes mention that sometimes we carry this pain inside. And it's not very very understanding, but it it just drops on our heart, and our own despair, our own will, and then is when we start to try and come up and try and find the awesome grace of God, awful grace of God. Hey, Maggie.
Aeschylus. Did you hear it?
Escalade. Oh, the author's name.
Yes, Aeschylus.
Maybe it's pretty bad, but not because of Friday the 13th, though. Yeah, but I mean, well. Saludos, DJ Alex in the house. I love DJ Alex. ¿Dónde estás para ir a buscarte? Me debes un regalo.
I just saw that Nelda said hi. Hi, Nelda. Sorry, I was looking at the Google page.
Yeah. Shots. Sí. La shooter, saludos. That's for you.
Me.
Yeah.
Because I shoot.
Yeah. Hola, Irina. So, what is new at BISD, Maggie?
Okay, so here's my thing. So, if Rene leaves, I want your point of view. Never mind the school board. Just if Rene leaves, what is going to happen with all the minions left behind?
Oh, that's actually an amazing question. I don't think that the current board would make Cantu the interim superintendent.
No. I already heard who the interim superintendent is.
Who?
The scoop. The scoop is Jessica called Dr. Cuff.
Dr. Cuff.
That's all I've heard.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I love Dr. Cuff.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
I think Dr. Cuff is a great individual, a great-hearted guy. I don't think that they would go for Dr. Cuff. I think that they would probably go with an Alma Rubio.
Who picks?
The school board.
Oh.
And I think Alma Rubio is someone that they could probably control more.
That's what I was going to ask you. Why? Because she's more of a puppet?
Yeah, she's more controllable.
And it's the Gallegos?
No, I don't think I don't think they would go for Gallegos because right now we don't know what her future is going to be.
Or B.
Yeah, we don't know what the future is going to be in regards to this Gallegos case.
No, I know, but Beatriz Hernandez, the chief academic officer.
No, I actually had thought of well, there's no way that they would get Rose Longoria.
Because
because she's tied to the hip with Minerva Peña.
oh, okay. I hadn't noticed that. That's not a dot I've connected. Those are not two dots I've connected. Yes, that's
Oh,
my dog barking as usual.
trust me, tied to the hip.
Okay.
And again, I saw Rose Longoria, and let me I'll explain my because I there was a point where I was very harsh with Rose Longoria. It was more because of her association with Minerva Peña, and Minerva Peña being such a dick with me when they got together to try and destroy my life. So I didn't appreciate that, but they're tied to the hip. So I don't think that they would get Rose Longoria. I think their best choice would probably be esta Alma Rubio, and because she's more controllable.
Okay.
And I like Alma Rubio, and I don't I please Alma Rubio.
Over here.
I don't want texts. I don't want phone calls. It's just my best guess is they probably think that you're a little bit more on the well. She'll probably do whatever we want her to do.
Alma Rubio calls you.
Well, they all did in their own time. I mean, I
Oh,
had come.
okay.
I mean, I have all principals and AAs and heads on my still on my call list. Oh,
Hey,
plus
so
Alma Rubio and I go to the same church.
yours?
Not my church, but the same denomination. She just goes to that wonky
West?
the English on the one on Price Road. The Church of Christ is right in front of Hannah. I think she still goes to that one. She might be going to the one in San Benito because that's where her her son-in-law now preaches. But she used to go to Price Road, and there are a bunch of kiss asses there at Price Road, Church of Christ.
Go on. Continue to insult. You need to stop insulting people.
Well, they are. I mean, it's kind of funny. You have to, and again, I know the history of that congregation. They were this gringo congregation, and all of a sudden, they went from gringo to being a Mexican congregation. But all the Mexicans there, they think they're gringos. And there's nothing in this world that I can't stand more than Mexicans that think that they're gringos. Cannot
What, is,
stand.
what does a Mexican that think they're gringos do?
Huh?
What does a Mexican that thinks they are a
Oh,
gringo do?
my last name is Martinez. My last name is Rendon.
Okay.
Your last name's Rendon, Bruto. It's not Martinez. It's Martinez. Well, I can't speak Spanish because I was born and raised in the United States. Your last name's Martinez, Bruto.
Okay, so now I know. Hey, you don't think they'll try and bring Terry back from Point Isabel?
No, actually, it's kind of funny. I think Terry would be a great superintendent. I like Terry.
Mm-hmm.
I like Terry. I've always liked Terry. Never had an issue with Terry. I think she would be a great superintendent. I think I might get a little bit of backlash on this. I think they would need a stronger backbone individual like Adora Sauceda. And not a lot of people like Dora Sauceda.
Did she retire? I always forget.
No, she went up to, I think, Austin or Central Texas.
Oh, okay.
But Dora Sauceda could be a very tough cookie. Her association with Minerva might not be something that they would appreciate. It's another one. Hi, Maggie.
Hey. Okay, so hi Juan. So what do you think is gonna? What about the? Thank you. What about the nurse in charge of maintenance?
Well, all those moves were horrible, and all those moves were horrible. And again, you may think every so often I do run into a lot of your posts, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Well, I don't mean this in a bad way because.
No, I mean like you're like so only the times you say dear Renee when you're mocking me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just think it's funny. What happens is I usually go to my feed to see what's on my feed, and some of your posts come up. But as people, I've done really well at staying a little bit away from social media. I post a lot of stuff that's sent in, like the dogs, the cats, and a lot of the tidbit information. But I've stayed away a little bit from social media because of my work and because of my travels and stuff. But I do get your posts, and that was one of the ones that I think that most interests me because you're spot on that one. You're spot on.
On what?
Unfortunately, on we don't get the most qualified individuals in the key positions that are so important to the district. But Maggie, that happens at the county,
Yeah, I know.
at the city, at every single department out there. It would be amazing because if we got the most qualified, it's like, why are we in such a mess with the insurance right now at BISD? And Maggie, you could go back and talk to all um, your friends that were in that employee benefits committee.
I don't have any friends in the employee benefits.
Anyone that sends Maggie information from the employee benefits committee, send her a message today. Can dogs and taquaches? Send Maggie a message today. Maggie, I stood in front of the employee benefits committee, which is made up out of staff. I think Nelda was there. And
Back then,
this is back when I was a board member. When I
uh-huh.
was a board member, I said, guys, if you put the insurance back in the hands of the board members, us board members, you're going to hurt. We're going to destroy it. It has to stay under the control of staff. Do not put it in the hands of the board members. Do not permit it. And they freaked out. I don't think they've ever heard a board member say, don't give me control of it because you're going to lose. And they have lost
Do you think
millions.
with this last vote or in the past years?
No, in the past years, they've lost. I mean, they mega lost with this Dustin guy. This Dustin guy made a mess. But again, Dustin wasn't the most qualified individual to place in that position.
And
The
who
most
put him there?
Rene Gutierrez,
Okay.
because he was his buddy from Edinburgh. The most qualified individual for the employee benefits health insurance was Micaela Escobar
Mm-hmm.
Ramirez. But they hated her so much because she told the truth, and this
She
this
has morals.
huh?
And she has morals,
And she has moral and
ethical.
ethical, and she spoke the
Yeah.
truth. And that's part of the problem. These individuals are everything but ethical and have
Mhm.
absolutely no morals, no scruples.
Oh, moral compass. That's what I was trying to remember.
So they don't want someone that goes out there and tells them the truth. They want someone they can control. That's
No,
why.
but- Sorry, I just read Nelda's comment. Like when we used to when we were kids.
We'll find out. So what happens is, it's we get screwed, and this is what happened with the maintenance department. And I've gotten messages from a lot of people in maintenance that Erasmo, it's a mess. I'm going like, well, it's been a mess for a while because no one's. It usually goes under the radar, Maggie, because you think like, it's just maintenance. But let me tell you, maintenance controls a big old chunk of our budget, a huge old chunk, and and this is what's so amazing about BISD, Maggie. Everything's connected because if maintenance would have been doing their job, if these individuals would have were, maybe we could have avoided the no air conditioning issues in our different schools out there. That's why having an architect that is truly into the architect thing, that would probably, instead of getting someone that is connected to the political machine here. And unfortunately, that's the problem with getting these individuals. It hurts our children. It hurts our staff. But we have to go back into the voters, Maggie. Those are the individuals that are ultimately responsible. If you're not out there voting, you're not a part of the political process.
Did someone just walk in, or did you lose your train of thought?
I couldn't think of political process.
Oh, because I heard a little beeping, so I thought someone was walking in.
Look at my girl.
Catch up with the comments.
Look at my girl.
I see her.
That's my baby. I love her. She still doesn't let me touch her, but I love her. I'm asking for a friend. Can the school board be taken with a super? He goes, that would be wonderful.
We will help you guys pack.
I think we have someone that could probably Uber them all the way to McAllen.
Mm-hmm.
Arun has been fighting.
Along the way. Ooh, I said it.
Ahmed Rubu has been fighting. I has been fighting to the nail since she got to.
I wish Frankie, hang on, I have to go back to this. I wish Frankie had not said that. Frankie, if you're watching, I really wish you hadn't said that. Because even before it was brought up on social media, I kept walking around going, "Bun is bun." And every time someone was asking me something, I'd say, "Bun is bun." Because
Well, it's funny. It's funny because when I was in Puerto Vallarta, I actually went to a bread a panaderia, but it's more of one of these like niche little bread
Mhm.
things. And all I was thinking about was Eddie Garcia, Joe, like chinteras, And it's funny because the more it's mentioned, the more individuals start getting associated with it. Alma Ruby has been fighting tooth and nail since she got to her position. She's no one's puppet. She was shunned by the upper ladies when she first got in, and she didn't let them run her off. And I'll clarify.
He was
Well,
shunned. Sorry.
well, I didn't say shunned.
I thought you said stunned.
No,
Sorry.
shunned. Um, when and again, I was there back then. And again, I like Ana Rubio, guys. I think she's a friend of mine. I sometimes, I mean, she's one of the fallback people that I would contact whenever I had an issue when I was at the district. I don't think she has a strong enough backbone. And again, I was there when
You don't think she has a strong enough backbone?
no, I was there when I was there when superintendent's name
Sendejas.
Sendejas protected her. When Sendejas left, there was very little protection. So I don't know why she continues to remain in her position. The only thing that clicks in my mind is that she's playing the game now. And I saw her at the board meeting, and she was a little bit on the dismissive side, like I don't want to associate with Erasmo Castro. So I'm that, and everybody else was very, even Rose Longoria was very, very friendly. So I tend to form a little bit of distrust there, like uh, either you're playing the game because you know these people, Maggie. If you're not playing the game, they'll replace you.
I was gonna say you'll get run over.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Dina. We'll disagree a little bit on this one. When you're not playing the game, they will get rid of you. And I don't want individuals playing the game. I want individuals to do the right thing. And I fear that most people up in the Glass Palace, Maggie, they're not doing the right thing.
I would say the top echelon, no. Hey Ray, like really, one or two maybe people, yes. Everybody else, mm-mm.
Sam, se llama Samuel, Sam Martinez, Castro. Hey, y'all, let, let's go out and eat next week. Yeah, I'm game. Maggie?
I don't know. I'm having to distance myself from you
Why?
because you're rude.
Maggie, I've always been rude, Maggie.
Yes, but you don't learn.
Maggie, I was rude before you got on the show.
I know.
I thought that was what enticed you to come on the show at
No,
first. You're going like, I'm going to respond to this guy. I
no.
actually thought you had some gutspa back then.
I got what?
Gutspa.
What?
Gutspa.
Despot?
Gutspa. You
Oh,
fear
God.
that you're doing the wrong thing. Sorry. Gutspa. Blatantly corrupt. There's this blatant. Well, I'm going to read this comment because it was a kind of good comment. It says, "You fear they're doing the wrong thing after what?" Oh, I've shared. They are blatantly corrupt. Yeah, that's. I was trying to be nice, my friend. Someone saying like, "You really think that they're?" I was being nice because I like Dina as a friend, and I don't want Dina to, like, and Dina might be a friend of Alma's. Again, shared my issues. Not Swain. My name is Johan
Juan?
Lopez. Lopez. Yeah. Hopefully the super takes his compadres and comadres.
Okay,
Uh,
now here's my question.
yeah.
Because I'm getting some messages also. He will probably, who would he take with him if he could?
I think supposedly, and you might be a little bit more informed this. I heard that him and the deputy super are not buddies anymore.
I've
They're
heard the same thing.
yeah, they're at each other's throats.
So not Cantu.
Nakantum. Uh, I don't think, and Rose is not going anywhere. Rubio's not going anywhere. Uh, Gallegos is definitely not going anywhere.
You don't think he'd take her?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I think Gallegos right now is probably just waiting to see what the outcome of this trial is going to be, and collect a paycheck as long as she can. Este, take consideration of this. He already set up Dustin, with his little insurance buddies out there.
Is
So
Dustin connected to Roger Garza? No, right? Because their companies both sound the same, but they're not.
I
They
don't
have
think.
it's like VCN and VHR, something like that. Like not
Well,
that, but
well, it's kind of weird, but they all try to like associate their names to everybody else's in a little way. It's like Frankie's like OI or something, and like why did people just put up Frankie Olivo or something? I don't know. The insurance has been a problem a very very long time. Yes, and again, yes. Look, I was there.
Nelda, yeah, Nelda, what years were you there? Go
Huh?
on. What years was Nelda in insurance? So we know how long ago.
Well, this is back when I was a board member. I think it was 2016. I don't remember. 2016, 18. So she was at that meeting. I'm glad I remember that. She was at the meeting when I told him, and she could tell you. I told him, do not put it in our hands. We're going to destroy it. And sure enough,
You
they
came in. Wait, you were board when I came in. Yes.
yes, yeah,
So you left in 2019, fall of
yeah,
2019.
yeah.
Okay, so go on with the comments.
Good evening. Glad to see you, Maggie. On.
Thank you.
Remember, we moved ME from insurance department. Oh yeah,
Who's
Mica- Micaela Escobar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, she was there. Is SpongeBob Blockhead going to Macau? Maggie, you could write that tomorrow. Dear Renee, why do people call you SpongeBob Blockhead?
Oh, I thought he was talking about somebody else being SpongeBob Blockhead.
I thought it was Renee. I don't know. Just a quick shout out to the most ignorant board president, Jessica. Glad you're watching. She is watching.
How
That
do you
guy.
know she's watching?
Well, because they come out like if you see the on the comments on some. I did send you a link, Kathy. I sent you a link via your email.
Oh, you're right.
Kathy, check your email.
I don't know. He's messed up, Kat, because he sent it to me via text, and I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do with it via text.
Copy paste, Maggie.
No, you need to do it messenger so it's easy for me.
Shout out to little Eddie. Thank you for joining. He's watching everyone that's joining, or she is. But hey, Eddie. Hey, Jessica. It's good to see
I
you.
really want to know, but I don't want to know who Truth Be Told is, because Truth Be Told has got some serious info.
Oh, truth be told, I was always defending you every time I blast you.
Yeah, because no, Truth Be Told takes the time to post it, because other people defend me to me. Like they'll message me or they'll tell me on the phone.
Wait,
Truth Be
who's
Told
that?
takes the time to mess with you too. And I thank you.
Like the person that said, "Well, that's what you get more views when Maggie's there." I said, like, I've never negated that. That's one of the reasons why. And I've told Maggie this in private, and I've said this in public. We have good chemistry.
We do.
We have good chemistry.
We
Of
just
course.
mean.
And again, and this is something, is something that I made mention to Maggie and to Kathy. I think last time we met, and I mentioned it on that post. For me, it's not about the likes and the shares, guys. And I understand it's not about I need to get all these views. It really, really isn't. Because at the end of the day, I've made a promise to this community. If I've got 3 people on watching me, struggle through an episode, because I find it very, very hard, Maggie, to do an episode by myself. I can't do it because it's just like, but when I have dialogue, I can talk all night. It's just a lot easier, but we have good chemistry. And
You're just mean.
huh?
You're just mean. Here's my thing. If you weren't so mean, you could accomplish so much more. I put up with you because that's just my personality. I blow you off half the time, and half the time you're right. And I don't take insults.
Half the time.
Half the time. Come on.
Maggie. Come on, Maggie.
I mean, Crandall.
Maggie.
Erasmo. No.
Maggie.
Yeah, but then sometimes, a lot of times, you're also mean. Like you'll mock me.
Yeah, but that's part of. It's like I told you an individual the other day. Like, what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm harsh. I'm rough around the edges. But would you rather someone that's all pleasantries and sweet and stuff? And
a little bit.
It's just not
I think
mean.
I think you would have won some elections if you weren't so mean
But
sometimes.
at the end of the day, and this is one of the things I want to talk about before we sign off. At the end of the day, is it about me winning the elections, or is it about the community winning the elections? Because again, Maggie, I lost an election to Daniela Lopez Valdez.
Were you gonna say Lopez Portillo?
Yeah, I lost an election to Daniela Lopez Valdez. Who, who suffered from that?
Everybody.
Honestly, yeah, and that's what I hope people start to realize, guys. My, I mean, it hurts to lose an election. I'm not going to stop being Erasmo Castro. It doesn't affect me as much, to lose an election, Maggie, as it does everybody else. Because think about it, Maggie. If I would have won that election against Daniela Lopez Valdez, if I would have won that election, we'd have four on there,
Yeah,
and
I know.
everything would have been so different.
I just had a really good friend text me say, I just realized I'm mean like Erasmo and you love us. No, mamacita, I love you. Erasmo, not so much.
You
And
do, I
it took
know.
a long time to get used to being called the lady with the prairie, Little House on the Prairie dresses.
You
But
got
it was
laid up.
true. So I'm not going to get mad because I used to wear long skirts, like really long skirts. So a friend of mine used to always tell me, I viene la de Little House on the Prairie. But it was true. So why am I going to get mad? Like,
Shout
there was
out
no
to Denise.
story.
She's probably elbow deep in her second.
Say that again. I missed it.
Shout out to Denise. También they're all watching. Guys, welcome, guys. And
Second bag of chips.
no, and I'm glad that y'all are watching, guys, really, because it's important for us to have these dialogues. And look, I had a conversation with little Eddie during the last board meeting, and we have to have these conversations,
The
guys.
last board meeting, you went and you talked to him?
Yeah. Well, he came up to me and was upset about Frankie's bad, about Frankie's bad post.
Hey, we're gonna get a call right now from Eddie going.
She's in this. She's in the.
Get
Get the pasa. That I'm not even joking. That has out of all the years that I've been doing these shows, that one is my favorite to go back to. Had to stop and watch because Maggie is on. Well, thanks, Chuck.
Thank you, but I don't think Chuck Nelson likes me. I was waiting for Buck Fighting to get here.
How do I go to eat? Also, hey, I'm going
No,
to.
this Buck Fighting is the same person that was naked the last time too, right?
Yeah.
That comment. How do I get? Point to that comment. Point to that picture. That picture is what got me in trouble for nudity on the Erasmo show, and I nor anybody else was nude except for that comment page, and everybody was like nudity. Well, later on when they read the cease and desist letter.
But fighting. I'm going to your ranch for Halloween. Just remind me, please. And I'm going to take because I have a couple of gifts for Buck fighting. Martinez, King Cheese, Kings, HR Super. They are just pretending. Yeah. Maggie, Jimmy. I went to have lunch with Jimmy the other day.
I would join you for lunch if Jimmy was there.
Let's do it next week. Before I go to Cuba. I have a question for you all. A little off the subject. Are the Whataburgers in Brownsville just as bad as the ones over here? They are slow and always make Whataburger.
Always make mistakes on orders. Absolute 100% yes.
Yes. Let me tell you, not only Whataburgers, I went to Churches today and they have like no concept of customer service. I get in there, Maggie, and the guy, and I'm Erasmo Castro, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that in an uppity way, although you think I have a big head. I'm saying that in I'm going to bitch, and,
okay, got it.
I'm going to bitch, and the guy, the team leader, is out there counting the money, the coins at the register while I'm standing there waiting to get my order taken. And I'm going like, bitch, I'm standing right in front of you. And you're got no one out here taking my freaking order. And you're counting nickels and pennies and dimes.
And they didn't acknowledge you?
No, they didn't even decide. And again, my thing is, if they do this to Erasmo Castro, who is going to bitch, which I did, and is probably going to put it on his page, which I haven't yet. What are they going to do to everybody else? And this is what's happening. Have you been to Applebee's, Maggie?
Not yet. Not.
It sucks. Don't go. It sucks.
Well, I have to go try their Oriental salad. I love their Oriental chicken salad.
I love their chicken wonton tacos. Pfft,
You mean the quality or the customer service?
both.
Okay. Because I've always said when you go to drive through on Whataburger, you need to ask, make sure you also get your jar of Vaseline.
Well, it's like if you remember what was it? The movies with Mel Gibson and the black guy, and
Not that hard, one or two.
Joe Pesci, and Joe Pesci goes, "You get in the drive-through." Remember that one?
That's what I meant. Your jar of Vaseline.
That one. Who paid for Snaggletooth's?
We would all like to know.
Isn't it trippy that we have that much influence a lot of times on the people?
Dude, have you noticed how often René now stands with his hands in front of his body instead of?
Yeah.
You can't see. Yeah, there's some things that I sit there and go, they're not listening to me, are they? No, they're not. Really?
Oh, all the time.
The Robert rules. That one was another one that I was like,
all the time. And this is what's so funny because we got Snaggletooth to get braces at the age of 40. My God.
Don't be rude. I had him at 55.
I believe I started. You look great.
Thank you.
You see him be nice, not rude. I believe I started EBC back where Whitmore was in charge of the insurance department. Yeah, Whitmore's an issue. Where is that process? He's got his own insurance company.
Oh, okay.
And I'm in Broadville, very own Kelly and Mark. I wish I looked as good as Mark. I apologize. It's okay. Be nice. Stick on the topic. We're trying. Maggie's just being rude. Let's be nice and educate the community.
Thank you.
He would also win if he wasn't a Republican. I don't think here in Brownsville it matters too much.
I don't think so either. I think he's just so mean and rude.
I am mean and rude. But
unnecessarily.
But again, the contrary, my opponents, the community is the one who lost, not us, who dedicated our time and our efforts to let people know about the corruption. 100%. Mm-hmm. Be nice. I'm trying. Let's get the comments. Everything would be so different if you were still on the board. We would have Panda Express options. Let me tell you, Sam, you need to stop visiting Panda Express and more start visiting some type of salad joint because you're getting so fat.
You're so rude. Sam, been wanting to ask you, Sam, are you raking in the bucks now?
He is. He's traveling throughout the country.
I know. So are you doing a per diem? Are you like letting your per diem add up?
Well, he's eating all that per diem, that's for sure. You see his pictures, right? He's round as crap.
I don't. Hijo, eso como me hace enojar
Eddie, Moro. ¿Qué te pasa, Maggie? ¿A qué horas vas por el pan, Maggie?
The blood draining from my face. ¿Qué te pasa?
We missed Maggie, and we missed the lady in the robe, the one married to a lawyer. What's your name? Kayla.
Yes.
I love Kayla.
How's she doing? Hey!
I actually haven't seen Kayla in a while.
I haven't either. Don't tell me you don't have audio again. Oh my God. You don't have audio again.
What the hell? She's so damn rich and she can't even afford a good audio system. What the hell, Kathy? You got bucks? Maggie has COVID. Kathy has lana, and we have no audio.
But who has the bun? Because bun is bun.
And I'm not even joking. Every single time I go to the bread section, I go like, ching, and that's one of the things that I think is so amazing because that's what these shows do. And this is one of the reasons why I've been bitching at Maggie for a while, because the community loses out when we're not out here. The community loses out because like, and I'll give you this quick example. Every single time I walk through the bread station, I associate it. Mendigo Eddie anda con el pan. I don't know why, but
I think Kathy needs a yes and a no, thumbs up and a thumbs down.
But but isn't it true? Isn't it? And that's what, because now the talk of the town in amongst our realms is El Pan, and you associated with, and
Yeah.
that has to do a lot with Frankie's show, and his information that he's being put out. A lot of what you've been putting out también. People get onto it. I haven't been talking about it that much, but
No,
I
and it's funny because people, and like especially friends of mine, will call me up. What does "pan" mean? And I'm like, did you not watch the Good Morning Brownsville show? No. I'm like, well, then I don't know what you want me to do. You have to watch the show. And
watch
then
it.
they'll say, who's the flower lady?
The flower.
I say como la flor.
Como la flor.
And I'm like, there's only so much I can do. Why did Carlos get what's the word? What did he get? Written up?
Reprimanded.
Reprimanded. I'm like, did you not watch the show? Like, there's only so much I can do for you. I can give you a quick summary, but you really have to watch the show.
Shout out to the indictment lady. We'll start saving to send you daddy and big bros some commissary money so that you don't have to gear up for fine in prison. That's Sylvia Atkinson. Shout out to KFC and Alton Glore for yesterday's dinner.
That's not Sylvia Atkinson.
No, every time I think about someone in prison, I think of Sylvia Atkinson.
Oh.
I love her. Starbucks never has matcha. They actually do. Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Thank you. That's it. Thank you, Sound Mind.
Her smile is better than yours. I still love you like the superintendent loves standing extra close to her.
Hashtag cringe.
Bendigo, truth be told.
Oh, I've been wanting to ask Truth Be Told. Are you also Truth Be Told? Yes, that one. Are you also Truth Be Told RGB? Are you the same one?
I think so. That's the one that got Maggie in trouble.
That was what nudity meant. Yes.
I couldn't believe that. I was dying.
And there was like vulgarity, foul language. I'm like, what? Erasmo never even cusses. Strawberries and milk. Strawberry milk. He's the one who brought it back.
That's me. I like Erasmo politically duality. Some issues he's conservative on, and some issues he's progressive on. That's how everyone should be. True values instead of cold. Yeah, and that's just one of the things that I think that a lot of people miss. Because let me tell you, Maggie. I mean, I am the greatest pastor in Texas and south and north of Mexico, but I still believe that an individual has the right to marry anyone they want to marry. That's not a very conservative little thing.
No, I know that. It's just you're an asshole. Oops.
And you see, that's why you get cease and desist, Renee, who's watching tonight. Cease and desist for Maggie. She used a profane word.
You just kind of jerk sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
Sometimes.
You're being nice.
Mm-hmm.
Restart your system. Oh,
I think that's the same thing she had to do the last time.
Yeah. Is SpongeBob Blockhead the lady thing? I don't think so. But I actually heard that I think that Snaggletooth, Dear Renee had to take one for the team and had to do a Snaggletooth. I believe it's true. Yeah, we love Katy. She can't speak. We still like Katy. Katy se está fumando un toque. I would not doubt that. Well, it's trippy because going back into my Erasmo was very conservative. I was up in Las Vegas and I was out there smoking. After traveling, I don't care about saying it. After traveling for most of the country, I have to say the Valley has one of the best tasting foods there is in the country. And you've eaten a lot of food, baby. Or use wireless headphones to use the microphone. Oh, yeah, Katy. He's trying. The Brownsville Maggie Cooper.
Wait, hang on.
Blockheads get extra close to indictment lady. Maybe she has good fun. Are they married? No. Thank you for keeping us informed, for making us laugh, and for keeping the pan subject. Lotus Chinese lunch plates got smaller.
Did they? I don't know.
Yeah. They do. Lotus Chinese plates got smaller. Yeah. Will the FNS lady tell us if lowercase e is short in bed too? Maggie laugh, Maggie. COVID, COVID.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Mendigo, truth be told, she laughs because it's true. Smoke away, Kati. Well, going back into the documentary series.
Oh, we're not done with that discussion?
Well, I wanted to end with this actually because at the end of the whole matter, and you, if y'all haven't watched it, guys, y'all need to please go watch the Robert Kennedy on Netflix series. Please watch it. It's so good. Um, and let me say, let me say, at the end of it, Maggie, after they do the Sirhan thing, Kathy, when let's get serious now. Yeah, and they're doing this the last little tribute to Robert F. Kennedy. He makes mention. He goes, the only ignorant people are those who do not involve themselves in politics.
But
Well, and what he's meaning is you have to get involved. And this is what Robert Kennedy was trying to get involved. You've got to get involved. You've got to become a part of the process. And I love that because the only ignorance out there is not the individuals who try and fail, but it's those that opt not to try at all. And you have to become a part of the process. And this is something I've been saying for years, Maggie. You have to go out there and hold up signs. You have to go out there and support your candidates. You have to go out there and make the calls. You have to go out there and knock on the doors. That's what Robert Kennedy was telling us. And this is what really trips me out, Maggie, because, we all could say like, oh, John F. Kennedy, oh, Robert Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Cesar Chavez, who actually comes out in the series, and all these great individuals that took hits, that suffered, that struggled, that went through hunger strikes, that had to sit in the back of the bus. These individuals that got arrested, beat up, many of them killed. They had to become a part of the process. And here, nobody wants to take hits. No one wants to, give an hour of their time to go make phone calls. Guys, the only way that true change is going to happen, this is what Robert Kennedy was out there saying, is if you become a part of the electoral process. So the only ignorant individuals out there are those that opt not to become a part of the political process. And it's so true. And it like tied everything for me because I finished watching it tonight, and it just tied like, yes, that's what I've been saying for years. You have to become a part of the process because if not, Maggie,
Can you hear me now?
yes.
if not, they will continue to win. And it's like Daniela Lopez. You got your speaker on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but you echo.
Still echoing?
Yeah.
Oh my lord, let me see.
So what happens is what we mentioned. I lost against Daniela Lopez Valdez. Maggie, you lost. Katy lost. Our teachers lost.
My kid lost.
Your kid lost. Our students lost.
ISD. The students of the ISD.
Those are the individuals that lost.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here. And
Okay, now let me just say this. Having said that, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, because otherwise I wouldn't be here. What does it say? I was told the night my lady hates Rose. We're all it's rude. Having said that, I wasn't involved in politics for a long time, and it bothered me because of who I am. But I think a lot of people, it doesn't bother them because then they live life happily, married along the way, not knowing what else is going on. If that makes any sense. And that they don't listen to what's going on to politics. They don't know what's current events, what's going on. And they're okay with it because their life, their world is right here, and that's it. And they're okay with that.
because people don't see the big picture.
Right. Well, then the thing is, then to me, that's when I say, well, then you don't have a right to complain because you were not part of the
Process.
the process. Okay. Yeah. Now, though, trying to be part of the process as much as I have been, but then again, I think I'm also a little bit more than the average person. It's a lot, and it's like you say, and I'm not even at the point where you were at, Daily. I'm not at the point where Kati was when she was a board member, but it's a lot. It takes a lot of energy. It's very defeating.
Always.
See the people in power continually winning against the powerless. So there's times when, like this past week, was a good week where I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to know anything social media.
Kathy?
And the thing is that, yes, can you hear me now? I think
We,
that
we can hear you, but there's an echo when you have us on. So when you're going to speak, like unmute, and then you'll be by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Go.
So, okay. So the thing is that, just like Maggie said, a lot of people, and let me tell you, I ran into people that don't even know who their leaders are. You ask them if they know who's their commissioner, who their mayor, they have no clue. And it's just that everybody's living their day-to-day life, especially now even more because I ran into a lot of people where they have a full-time and a part-time because the cost of living has gone up so high that their mortgage insurance has gone up, the insurance of their vehicles have gone up. It's just insane. And some of these people are just not even paying any attention to what's really needed because unfortunately, some of these leaders don't care. They don't give a damn. It's just about their personal agendas, their power. It's a lot of it is about power as well. I mean, it's just such a shame, people, and people need to step up to the plate and help. I mean, any little bit helps. If you don't make phone calls, get your list of family members and get them to go out and vote. 2024 elections are going to be very, very important. I believe 2024 is gonna really determine the direction that our state, our everything, how it's going to go.
Well, I think that one of the things that, but I say this every time, guys, we have an opportunity. And 2024 is going to be an opportunity for this community. Maggie, it's going to be an opportunity for the district. And I'm hoping that individuals start realizing that opposing Erasmo Castro because he's loud, he's rude and stuff is okay. But it doesn't hurt Erasmo Castro when you vote against Erasmo Castro. It hurts you. I mean, look.
Not even that, Erasmo. It's the people who don't vote.
Yeah. Well, my issue right now, and the people that don't vote is like a whole other category. But the people that vote out of spite say, "Well, I can't stand Kathy because she's loud, because she's harsh, because she yells, because she screams. I don't like Erasmo because he's rude and this. So I'm going to vote for their opponents because they seem nice." And then you get the cheerleader at the city commission who hasn't kept a single promise that she made, a single one, because she promised that she was going to be off that BCIC committee. And no, I mean, she's still out there
Wait,
voting.
who's the cheerleader?
Está
Macias?
Lena Macias. Hardly even remember her name.
Hey, but I couldn't even remember. I can't, honestly, you remember some candidates' names, right? Because they're like, they make an impact, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then some of these candidates, it's just a resume. It's something else on their resume. It's I am part of this group. You know, if you notice, Roy de los Santos is part of the Sombrero Fest. So is Macias. You know, I mean, come on, guys. The citizens, you need to get it together. Some of us are loud, but because we're tired. We don't know what other way to do it. I tell people, do you want for me to be diplomatic? I'll be diplomatic. Do you want for me to be polite? I will be polite. Do you want for me to be sweet? I can turn any level. You tell me from high to low, middle, you name it. But the thing is that they have us like if we're nutcases, like we don't care, we're crazy. No, we're not crazy. We're telling you what's happening, and you're not opening your eyes and you're not paying attention.
And that's what's important. We just need to convince our own family to vote. If we can't, we have no business knocking on social. I agree, Lalo. And again, if Lalo would go out there and get his family and friends to vote, I'd be ecstatically happy, puppy. If David did, if Soundmind did, if IJ Miller did, if Ray did, I'd be so much happy, and it would make a difference. The problem is that nobody does that. Utilities have gone up. PUB reimbursed 40 pounds and raised the price of 400 pounds. And it's only the things that have gone up. And again, Miss Miller, this is what we told the people. And this is one of the things that I think I had a little bit of discussion with Susan. We're not going to get anything back. And the little that we get back, and I made mention of this, guys, and I'm not trying to be a dick every time, I'm not trying to be the negative Nancy. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. The little that we were going to get back, Maggie, we're going to have to pay back.
Eventually, at some point?
Yes, tenfold. And
the Taj Mahal building that they built, the Taj Mahal building, that will resist a Category 5 hurricane. But you know who's going to be there protecting themselves?
The city commission and their family?
Well,
and their friends? All of the invited guests to the Lopez wedding and COVID?
Exactamente. Again, guys, they're out there to protect themselves. Whilst 95% of the homes here in the city of Brownsville may not be as protected as the Glass Palace at PUB, 95% of our individuals are going to suffer in case we get a hurricane. That's what's unfortunate, because ultimately it's our friends, our family, our abuelitos, our abuelitas, our tios and tias that suffer through all this mess. And again, Erasmo, I guarantee you guys, I'm going to run for BISD next year. If I am not successful,
there's 4 seats.
Yeah.
4 seats, guys.
I promise you, if I do not win my race, I will be okay. Will you?
And they need a shift. That board needs a shift, because God only knows how their finances are. I mean, I don't think they didn't sound good at all. It was a scary scenario when they said what their budget was. Scary. If they don't know what they're doing, it's not good for us, guys. I'm going to tell you, and it's scary.
On a side note, is this person working again in town at a school?
Someone made mention, and I don't know if I saw this on your page or someone's made
mention.
No,
I haven't posted it. Someone asked me
about that he got a job at St. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He did not get a job at St. Joe. The piece of crap that got a job at St. Joe was this guy named Sam Perez. Sam Perez is a piece of trash. The BISD, like this guy, like this coach, was shuffled under the rug in order not to to tarnish the name, because this guy did a lot of no-nos with a lot of kids out there. Sam Perez, who is now a swimming coach at St. Joe, he's a piece of trash. A piece of trash. And I'm surprised that St. Joe parents are not up in arms, because they hired someone very, very questionable who was not doing very well with male students up at Hannah High School. And I know this for a fact.
But maybe the St. Joe parents don't know. Because from what I've heard also is BISD, how many teachers who messed with kids did BISD just get rid of to the rug, and now they're working as police officers?
Well, look at this guy. Carmenita's son. Again, I know the guy. I've met the guy once. Again, feel for the guy, but will not stand for anyone out there that's touching kids or messing around with kids.
Why do you feel for the guy?
Huh?
Why do you feel for the guy?
Well, I feel for anyone that's going to probably get many, many years in prison. It's horrible. But if you're out there touching kids, you deserve.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why do you feel for the guy?
Oh, you feel for anyone that's going to go to the ringer in regards to this shit. But let me tell you,
do you feel for Sylvia Atkinson?
Oh, again, no, but it was kind of trippy, because even today, Maggie, and I've said this, I wouldn't mind even going to go visit Sylvia Atkinson, going like, bitch, you wanted to put me here.
No, that's why you visit her, not because you feel bad for her. But like,
No. But again, At the end, they all get what they deserve. And so this guy, so I heard that rumor that he got hired at St. Joe. I don't think so. I think that the individual that they need to be careful with is the new swimming coach that they got up there. Got to be very, 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 very careful. And let me make mention. And he could come at me. He could come at me all he wants with a lawsuit and stuff, because a lot of people want to, go out there and throw cease and desist letters. I know you know anything. You don't know anything about this, Maggie, but they may want to throw cease and desist letters. I don't care. I've got a stack. Maggie has two. I have a stack. And let me tell you, you could throw all the cease and desist letters out there. You messed with the wrong. Messing with any children is wrong, but you messed with my nephew, piece of shit. So again, I know for a fact what you did. So as loud as I could scream it, as many times as I could post it, St. Joe, you got a predator on your hands.
Hey, real quick. So did you have one person send you more than one cease and desist letter, or do you have a stack of cease and desist letters from everyone's different?
No difference.
Huh?
You're the only one. I've never gotten two from the same individual. So you got a record on me. Well, you remember when I got that one from the guy that did that Libro grant?
Yes.
Yeah. He only sent one. I actually thought he had sent two, but he only sent one.
He got fired twice.
Yeah, I didn't get a second one, the second one, but I could have gotten another one on that one. So
Have you had any cease and desist letters? Yeah.
Have I gotten cease and desist? I think I got 3 when I was in the BISD board. And you know what? It was people that they just didn't want anybody to expose them, and they wanted to keep our mouths shut. And that was the bottom line, because right away that's what they do. Right away they put pressure and, okay, keep your mouth shut. You can't say anything. And that's why the system is so bad. Because they don't want the truth to really be told and be out there. They want everybody to look the other direction and say, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not damn okay. It's like, the city of Brownsville is going to have elections also. You're going to have 3 city commissioners coming up for the city of Brownsville. You have the group, what are they really doing? You have BISD 2024, November 2024, when it's a presidential election, you have 4 seats. 4 seats coming up for BISD. What is the community going to do? What are the teachers really going to do? And who are they going to step up to the plate to really support and say enough? Enough. Let's start dissecting all the issues and let's hold people accountable. Enough is enough. But no, they don't want people. They think we're radical. We're not radical. I just want to know the truth. I pay taxes. We work very hard. Number this administrator, this darn superintendent has been the worst ever. Erasmo, I just hope you didn't vote to bring him on board, because he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, not the sharpest crayon in the box. Don't get me going.
You did vote for him, didn't you?
I did.
Someone was telling me that the other day.
I did. But again, let me tell you guys, you have to understand the system. And again, I'm not, I could say, well, no, I did it. Of course I did. But let me tell you, they stacked the system. And again, my only defense is Sylvia Atkinson controlled everything that was going on in that board. She had the majority. Guys, they stacked the system with individuals that were never going to be superintendent. I mean,
why didn't you just vote no? You knew the board was going to win.
Because at the end of the day, in regards to the individuals that were posted before us, he was the best candidate.
Ay, my lord, couldn't you have said, look, sir, you're out of all of them, but in actuality, you're not the best, sir.
Right.
Let's go on for another round. You could have said that, for the record. I believe we should go for another round. This is not the best of the best. ¿Qué pasó, amigo? ¿Qué pasó?
But again, let me tell you, the individuals that were placed before us, which were 3 individuals, the only choice. And again,
I know, but I'm just wondering why you didn't abstain.
Because at the end of the day, the resume was great. The resume was great. It was. I mean,
did you not know nobody wanted him in Edinburgh, that they were trying to get rid of him?
Well, we heard that. but again, he had reference letters from individuals from Edinburgh, from the school board members, from the school district, from everybody else. At the end of the day, the individual, and I'm not trying to excuse myself.
Kathy
Again,
and I came out with the same thought. Did you think the same thing? That's what you do to get rid of people. You give them a great
Yes.
resume.
Hey,
That's
districts say that their superintendents are the best. Take them. Here, you deal with a headache.
what principals do with teachers that they don't want to deal with anymore. They give them an awesome resume. And then people start taking tabs. Oh, you sent me this one. Vas a ver? That's the only way it gets around. Hey, I gotta go. Are we done? Sorry, I gotta go with my kid.
all right, guys, well, I think we're done. There's a weekend on this Sunday. Transparency, willing for those to tell them the truth and how they're 100%. Guys, have a great evening. Thanks, Maggie. Thanks, Kathy. Kathy, we've got to get you either headphones or a better system for next time.
Bye.
For next
See you next
Thursday.
Thursday. Bye. Good night, everybody.
Good
Guys,
night.
great evening. Good to each other.
Stay safe. God bless.